finally, every lesson you refuse to learn. Forgiveness is a gift not forced but earned. One day, a righteous indignation will rise up in you, and past life views will fill your shoes and walk down familiar paths untraveled. The ancestors will cry out a Negro spiritual that lines your uterus with rebellion. Your guardian angel will deflect the dart of those whose business this is none of. And as you make your way down the center aisle with no groom in sight, staring into eyes that blinked you into existence, speak the peace that has finally returned to your countryside. Wrap the branches of your fig tree around that which gave you breath, and know that you are finally home.
This is a collect call from the Rappahannock Regional Prison. Will you accept the charges? And I don't have time to ponder that question. I immediately press 0 to connect the call with my mother. This call is from an inmate from a correctional institution and is subject to monitoring and recording. As if I didn't already know that. This is not the first, nor will this be the last call I receive from prison. Jump. Every time an 888 number shows up on my cell phone, have to excuse myself whether I be at work or at church. See, these precious moments cannot pass me by. She is living in times where 18-hour lockdown has become routine and answering to officers is habit. HBO shows like Oz and The Wire have molested my imagination into a high-definition picture of the hellhole where you currently reside. There are two things in this world that should never happen. One, a parent should never have to bury their own child, and two, a child should never have to visit their own parent behind bars. It is unimaginable. At the end of an answered prayer, you are Joan of Arc's heartbeat while tied to the stake. Like the purification process, you have traveled through the fire only to re-emerge golden. You were not built to break. Take back your self-esteem and rename her a widow. Who are you to leave? I dare ask, who are you to stay? Rewrite the history books, let's call it like it is. Rename this the era of the mannequin people, humans. Take your rightful place in storefront window displays. Paper mache me beautiful. Plaster me with society stipulations. Sew my lips shut with needles of silence until they swell. The size of collagen perfection. Put on your mask. If you've forgotten the ingredients, the recipe is tattooed to my forearm. 1 cup of worry, 2 tablespoons of self-doubt, a dash of angst sprinkled with peer pressure. Mask. Centuries ago worn as a sign of pride, now we hide. Behind anything that's bountiful and cheap, we sleep. Walk through days, our eyes are hollow tunnels. So dazed and confused, the dope dealers don't even bother coming around anymore. They've had to file for unemployment like the rest of us. Status quo has hung a noose around our necks, and out of pleasure we are pleading for more like masochists. Religious groups are masking their faith and beliefs, tired of being labeled terrorists or pedophiles. Lining up, single file, uniform toy soldiers. You the reason dress code has been reinforced in our schools. Individualism has been swept under the rug like a thing of the past. We wear masks. We wear masks like models do makeup, caked up, stacking white lie upon fib, upon fable, upon half-truth, camouflaging so well chameleons can't even see you. Scientists have given up on trying to dissect the makeup of your DNA, and I hear there still ain't a cure for copycats. Biters, seeking acceptance on every avenue or boulevard, perpetually ending up on dead-end streets, swapping self-esteem for brand name labels, which are bountiful but far from cheap. Silicone silhouettes even got our shadows hauling into work sick. We wear masks like OJ do prison time, like Prohibition do moonshine. We wear masks like, wait a minute, would you like to hear a bit of painful truth?
Hell yeah!
I'll tell you the real reason why cancer patients wear wigs. It's so that the rest of us don't feel uncomfortable. What do you get when you subtract yesterday from tomorrow? Today. In fact, today is all we have, so put down your maps and compasses in your quest for validation. It can be found in a wink, a glance, a twinkle in one's eye, blue, green,
hazel, brown eyes, like mine, reflect purpose, potential, promise, prosperity today. So make the most of it. Because dwelling in yesterday's sorrow stunts the growth of potential giants who've grown insecure, emasculated, anemic even, blurring 20/20 vision. Adjust your bifocals and know that if you focus on what you've left behind, you will never see what lies ahead. The basic formula for today measures meet minutes, subtracting stress with smiles, adding attitudes with advice, dividing deficit with dividends, factoring fractions forward, equating eloquent elaborations. I won't let you self-sabotage, so I wait patient like bare feet in tide pools. Quit searching for conditions, for what I have is unconditional. Don't wave off my unwavering faith for us. These are our growing pains. Ungreased scalp, split ends, blistered fingertips, and chapped lips. You are a POW exhibiting Stockholm Syndrome. I am Peace Corps. Let me canteen your thirst. But your hands refuse freedom like lips do nourishment. At your rejection, I become a fish swimming upstream. Come closer, love. Why are you running, love? You've been hurt in the past, love. I am not him, love. Been hand-fed so much bull, you swear there's bovine in your DNA. Doctors prescribe desertion. I be that anecdote. Sip me slowly. I come bearing gifts. Littering rose petals and seashells at the foot of your bed. I want to make your night times a little easier. Won't you rest in my familiar? Come, build with me. We be the new Egyptians, sculpting pyramids from telekinetic blueprint. You spent so much time trying to convince yourself this was make-believe. You sprouted fairy wings. But you taste like Thanksgiving dinner during a fast.
Concentrate.
Correct posture based merely on what you stand for, your principles be indivisible. Like the free clinic, your therapy is consistent and discreet. A matriarch in our community before age 30. Adorned in couture at a clearance cost, and in a world that's too ashamed, you still claim Jesus. Toting a Bible soaked in gin so they can get drunk off the word and be born again.
Yes.